Welcome back to the Real Estate Rat Pack Radio Show with Chris, Joe, and Rob. The crew is taking your calls, so dial in at 1-800-808-5548.
And we're live. Welcome back to the show, guys. Man, it's always just mind-blowing to me. You know, I had a show for 3 years, and we've been doing this now. This is our 25th, 26th show. I don't even know. I lost count already. They fly by, and what never ceases to amaze me is how fast the time goes every time. So it's just amazing. If you guys want to know about investing in real estate in Houston, we have all the expertise in the room that you could possibly need to get that underway. And next up, we've got another expert here, Troy Cothran. Troy.
Well, good morning.
Glad to have you on the show, brother.
Welcome to be here. Thank you.
Glad to have you. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, Troy. Where are you from? Who are you?
I handle the southeast part of town, basically the Deer Park, Pasadena, LaPorte, down going towards Clear Lake. Boy, I've been in real estate, let's say it's been about 29 years, going to 29th year.
So you about got it down?
Almost. But you know what? It seems like you're always learning something new. It's never the same. And that's one of the things I really enjoy about real estate. It's always changing. And we've seen our market change a lot in the last 5 years. Yes. So it always keeps you on your toes.
Holy cow, yes. Has it changed a lot in the last 5 years? 07, 08, Houston, probably out of every city in the United States, weathered the storm really solidly. I think we learned a lot from the late 70s, 80s stuff that we went through. The market here is so much more diversified. We had just a petroleum-based industry here, and that was it. But, you know, the medical industry here is really just one of the tops in the world. Of course, the shipping business with the port is huge. So we have a lot more spread out market, and I think we're seeing that. The jobs right here, I've heard various numbers on how many people are moving to Houston. But,
you know, if you look down 225, which is kind of our backbone through those three cities, you'll find just constant movement between the industries that we have along the ship channel. And that's just improving almost daily. We're seeing more businesses come into our area. We're seeing just stronger employment than we've ever seen before.
Yes. And jobs drive the market, that's for sure. So we're definitely a business-friendly climate here. And Jess lives out in this side of town. And what's fun here is Jessica, to me, is she's one of our rock stars in our office. I was nowhere near as together as she is at the young age that she is, being a superstar in school and everything else. And I wanted to bring her on the show just so she could have an experience and see this and all that sort of thing. She had no idea what the heck I do on Saturdays other than, goof off. And I wanted her to get a little taste of the Real Estate Rat Pack show. But one thing I really wanted to have her insight on is, as a young person, being that forward-thinking, nailing school. She's going to be working on her master's here early on, and she's still in her early 20s, and she's really got it together. But she knows nothing about investing in real estate. I was like, just be curious about the subject. Wouldn't it be cool if you had a rental property that you had somebody in? And so, I kind of want to let her, throw her out there and let her ask you some questions as well.
That would be great. I'd enjoy that. Go ahead.
So, Jess, take it off.
Okay, Troy. Well, one thing that I do want to know is if you need money to start, or if anyone can do it, to actually become a real estate investor.
Well, first thing you need to do is start lining your credit up, and you can never start working on your credit too early. Okay, so you need to start having strong credit. You need to pay your bills on time, build up a good, strong credit score so that you'll have lenders wanting your business. Okay, back before we had a lull in our market a few years ago, there was actually investors programs that could get investment property with 5% down very easily. And then, things went up where now a lot of times it takes 20% down for most investors. So, if you get your credit strong, that allows you to open up doors for your financing to be better for you.
Okay, great. Well, would you say that now is a good time for real estate investment?
Now is a great time because we're on our track up in the market. And what we're going to see is, I think for the next year or two, it's going to continue going up. All the indications, our jobs, our housing, everything looks really good for it to continue going up that way. Where we're seeing is, I was talking before the program, we were talking about two types of investors. We were talking about the investors that want to flip and the investors that are looking for rental property. The ones that want to flip, right now, it's getting harder to find those properties. I mean, really, really hard. Not impossible, it's just more difficult. 3 or 4 years ago, they were all over the place. Now, investors that want to go into the market can find properties where they can purchase the property, they can do the repairs, carpet, paint, appliances that need to be done, and still have about 10% equity in the property. In my opinion, if you're looking for a rental property, that is an excellent investment, because typically when you go to sell a home, okay, it takes about 10%. So if you had to liquidate that property in the near future, you should have equity if there's not even been appreciation, and you're able to sell it and not lose money, like you were saying earlier. So right now, what you want to do is find a property that you can do the repairs and have some equity in it.
Okay, great answer. Well, I definitely need to look at my options.
I want you to keep jumping in. I love it. It's so cool to get this kind of a brand new perspective on it and the questions that they would ask. You know, one thing with all you guys, I mean, y'all have tons of years in the business and experience and everything else, and it's hard to take yourself back to that point where you had no knowledge on the subject and think of those questions that person asks. So it's fun, it's fresh to get a take on that.
You know, one of the things that I've been noticing about our market over the last 5 years particularly, before we would only see, I would personally see maybe 1, 2, 3 cash sales a year. And what's happened as it's been harder to get returns on your money, we've seen a lot of people take their money out of the stock market and other investments and investing them in real estate. In the past 5 years alone, I probably have had close to 70 sales that were cash sales, most of them by investors, and most of them pulling their monies out of the stock market to invest in real estate.
I was going to ask if you saw a lot of that was on my mind to ask with Will over there, the finance guy. If you're seeing more cash sales in the market, is that happening more in the investment properties? And guys, all of y'all, feel free to jump in on this. John and Chris as well, both of you guys. Are you seeing people pull out money from other investment areas? It blows my mind. I remember a time period where CDs had rates as high as the doggone mortgage interest rates that we're getting now. I mean, it just blows my mind that we are in 3% zone on a mortgage. That is just mind-boggling.
Used to be.
Yeah. It's creeping back up.
We were.
It's creeping back up. Yeah, it's creeping back up. But even still, that's another fun thing that we talk about on the show that people are like, oh, can you give me that 3% rate? 4%, who cares? That's still insanely low. If that's holding you back, you're crazy.
I need to address that, I think, because I'm hearing a lot of people, when I say how much the rates have gone up, they go, oh, man, maybe I'll wait a year or something.
Yeah, are you crazy?
I hear that a lot, so I really want to address it because there's probably a lot of listeners out there that are maybe thinking this, saying, oh, my God, the rates are a whole point higher than they were at the beginning of the year. Ooh, maybe I'll hold off. But the key, I think, is not look back, but look forward.
Yes. They're not going to go down. I don't see them coming back down anytime soon.
So, it's you compare. Okay, is a 4% rate as good as a 3%? No. But is a 4% better than a 5 or 6 or 7%? Yes. And that's where the market's going. So rates are going up, and then prices are going up. So the sooner you get in, the better. Are you better off buying? Were you better off buying last year than this year? Yes. Can you buy last year? No, that's not an option.
Yeah.
So your option is either buy now or buy in the future.
When I got my house, I got an 8.25 rate. It was a great rate at the time. I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. Coming down from 10 and all that sort of thing. And I remember it creep down, and I'm like, wow, 8.25, that's awesome, man. I mean, I'm in a good place. Now I'd be absolutely getting taken advantage of.
Yes, it's all relative. All relative.
So I mean, it's definitely a phenomenal time from the interest rate standpoint. That's a really cool aspect of being able to buy right now.
We're still below 5%. So
that's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Anything below 5 is...
Well, I definitely have some more questions for you guys. Are you seeing more tear down properties? More? I mean, what's the hot thing right now? You said rentals, I guess, looking for rental.
Yeah, what I'm seeing in rental property, people that are investing right now want to find like a brick house, a 322 preferably, okay, so that they're kind of on the curve of newer type homes, maybe homes that were built in the 80s or newer. That's kind of what they really focus on. It's just easier to rent a home that's a 2-bath and 2-car garage. It'll fit more families and more needs. So you get a higher return on those type of properties than what you would like on a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1-car, or no garage. So in our area, we don't have a lot of tear down. We've got a lot of subdivisions that were built in the 80s and 90s, and those are the ones that the investors are looking to try to go into. Maybe find something for $70,000, $80,000, drop $10,000 in there. They could sell it for $100,000, $110,000, But really, you could already start pushing that value up. We're seeing some of those homes that sold last year at 110 now selling for 120, 125,000.
Well, the Houston is seeing, I think, an inflation in prices like it's never seen before. Since I've lived in Texas all my life, but I've been in Houston since '85. But the level of appreciation in some of the areas of town has just been kind of mind blowing to me. We've seen. That's one thing. Houston's always been so spread out that we've never had those double-digit inflation numbers like California and some of the other, the coasts have seen. But, man, I tell you what, as hot as it's been, we're seeing with multiple offers and all this sort of thing, that happening a lot more. And that's something maybe to touch on as well. In dealing with investment properties, are you fighting with the multiple offers, that kind of thing? I know we're already again coming up against a break, which is just kind of mind blowing. I've got like 1,000 questions in my head. I'm going, holy cow! The clock already says I got to take a break. So I want to make sure folks know how to get a hold of you, Troy. So make sure you give that information out there.
Well, I appreciate that. My name's Troy Cothran. I'm with Victory Properties in Deer Park. We have a family company. My wife Tracy is my partner in all this, and we have been just working Deer Park for 30 years. You can contact me at our office at 281-479-6100. We're located on St. Augustine in Deer Park.
Awesome. Well, like I said, we got a lot to talk about, a lot to come up still. We're at the half hour, guys. If you want to ask some questions about investing in real estate in Houston, we got the team here today to do that. 800-808-5548. When we come back, as hot as property has been, just finding land, I wanted to ask real quick for both of you guys, John coming up, Chris in the past, if the teardown question. I want to see if there's an area of town where that still looks reasonable because land is so hot. So when we come back, we'll be right back and we'll hit those questions.